What's going on, everyone? It's been a while since made a video. Hopefully you can hear me. So sorry about that. But got some. Clearly, I'm not home. I'm on an airplane, and we're currently in Naples, Italy. And we are getting ready to leave to go to Poland. We're going to go to Krakow. Let's go to Auschwitz tomorrow and then fly back Sunday. So it's going to be fun. Unfortunately, Jessica's not here with me. She gets here on the 4th of July. So then she'll be able to enjoy all the fun adventures. Dude, where are we? We're in Poland. We're in Poland. Yeah, buddy. Made it to Poland. It's gonna be a fun little weekend trip. That's the great thing about Europe, is you can just go and just do a weekend trip to another country. You know? So it's great. Everybody wave! So we got some burgers at the corner burger, and I got the, come on, focus. I got the Texas barbecue, and he got the boss.
I think that's me. It's got bacon on it. Yours didn't have bacon, right?
Mine's got bacon on it.
Oh, so that might be yours. There. Oh.
Not focusing at all.
This one's got bacon too. I'm not sure which is which.
Yeah, so this is the burger, and it's huge. Like, I think we're gonna be full for like 4 days.
Oh.
How's your burger?
Well, we got breakfast coming in the morning, so good. Damn tasty burger.
So it's been a few days since I got back from Poland, and unfortunately, while we were at Auschwitz, there was just a lot of information being told during the tour from our tour guide, so I wasn't really able to talk about a lot of the stuff that we learned. So I'm going to do that in this video now and go ahead and put it before the videos of Auschwitz, because there was a lot of interesting stuff that I didn't know. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk about some of that. But before I do, if you plan to go to Poland and plan to go to Auschwitz or anywhere in Krakow, they've got the salt mines and obviously Auschwitz and some other places. There's like a beach type thing. There is a great company that we went through to get to Auschwitz. They are Comfort Tours Krakow. They were really great. They picked us up right at the hotel. They brought us to Auschwitz, and then they dropped us off, got our tickets set up for us and whatnot, and and then afterwards brought us over to Auschwitz II Birkenau, and then after that they brought us back to our hotel and dropped us off, and then the next day they actually picked us up again at the hotel and dropped us off at the hotel. So I definitely recommend them. Go check them out, and if you're ever in Poland and you need somebody to pick you up for a ride for one of these tours while you're there on vacation, definitely go and use them. They're great. World War II had started to begin, and that is when the Germans had taken over Auschwitz. And the reason for that location was for 3 reasons. One, they had the railroads right there. 2, the buildings were already built in Auschwitz 1, and those buildings were for the Polish soldiers. So when they invaded in Poland, they took over those buildings. And the 3rd reason was because of the river right there, so nobody could escape. So they had the railroads to be able to get people there. Buildings were already there, they didn't have to build anything. And the rivers. At the beginning of World War II, they only used, it wasn't an extermination camp. It started out with just people that were doctors, lawyers, dentists, musicians, anybody that would try and be like, hey, what's going on here? It wasn't until 1941 when it turned to an extermination camp. And that's when that's what you think of the Holocaust. And it was very tough thing to go through. There was many buildings there. I want to say each building was numbered. I think they got up to like 30 something. I don't know. We didn't go into every single building, but a lot of the buildings that we did go in, they had the shoes of all the Jewish people that were killed, the hair. So what they were doing with the hair is they would shave their head before, it was either before or after they were killed, and they were using that hair to make rope. And they also had the pots and the luggage, because when they're getting everybody, they would tell them, oh, you're just being relocated, so bring a suitcase of clothes and stuff like that. And, they didn't think anything of it. So that's why there's all these suitcases and stuff like that. So, and one of the buildings, I didn't video this. I just didn't think it was, good idea to video. But this was the building where, like, if they did something wrong, they would be put in a room, and it wasn't like, okay, they were put in a room like it was like the hole in a prison, except it wasn't just one person. It could be up to 12 people, and they would be in there standing up, and there'd be 12 people or more crammed in there, so they couldn't sit down or lay down or rest, so that you can't sleep when you're standing. So it just kept them constantly exhausted after having to go and work a 14 to 16 hour day. And right outside there was a courtyard where they actually did executions. They would line them up in front of the wall and shoot them. I didn't think it was appropriate to film that or anything like that, but it was very interesting to learn. The building next to it was the hospital building, where they were actually the doctors were doing experiments on the women, mostly on how twins are made, or why some people are twins and some people aren't. So that was very interesting. But they also, on the windows, if you go there, you see on the hospital that there's the windows are boarded up, because they didn't want the people in the hospital to know what was going on in that courtyard. So when we went to Birkenau 1, this is the camp that when you see a picture of, you think of Auschwitz. You don't think, when somebody says, or when somebody says the Holocaust, this is what you think of as Auschwitz too. I didn't really ever think about Auschwitz 1, because there's not as many pictures, I guess. I was always Auschwitz 2, and what I found very interesting about this place was, again, The reasons why they used this spot was because of the river and for the railroads. Now, this Auschwitz II was actually a town, and which is insane. There used to be a town there, and they gave the people that lived there 15 minutes to leave, to gather what they need and get out. And if they didn't, they killed them. So what they did after everybody was out, they leveled the whole entire town and used the bricks from the buildings, from the churches, the houses, the restaurants, the whole town. They used those bricks to build brick buildings, and when they ran out of bricks, they started using wood. Now, in the wooden houses, I wouldn't even call them houses, but the wooden buildings, we were told that it could fit up to 700 people. 700 people could be in these houses laying next to each other, and the brick buildings up to 1,000. Now, I didn't get any videos, but it's 3 levels, so the floor level, a middle level, and a top level over in this entire building, and there's a bunch of them. There was 300 buildings. They weren't obviously all brick, but there was probably over 30 of the brick buildings. So that's a lot of people that can fit in there. And it's hot. It was very, very hot and muggy, and so I can't even imagine what it was like with having almost 1,000 people in that building during the summer. I just can't. There was just no air. You couldn't breathe. And in the winter, they had chimneys, but they were given maybe like 2 pieces of wood or 2 logs to keep the place warm. That's not gonna last very long. So it was very cold. They said it was very cold in the winter. So that was kind of what I can remember. Like I said, it has been a few days since we got back. I'm kind of tired. So I'm just trying to think of how to do this, how to talk about this. But yeah, so here is the videos that I did take. So here's a map. This is the Auschwitz 1 where we just were, and this is Auschwitz 2 where we are now. So, yeah.